Get out the insurance cards, get out the co-pays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the bang!
That's right, people. We're going to start off this, and we're going to bring the pain to the competition. Oh, yeah. I'm coming in. I'm throwing up, man. It's UFC 317. We're fresh out the fight club of pain. What's up, Dan? How you doing on vacay?
Oh, man. I'm nice and relaxed.
Ooh-wee. Oh, dude. I'm so jacked up right now, of course. Crazy. I had the bad day. Dan has had a really fun day.
I'm a little burnt, but I'm all right.
So you all know that the Fight Club of Pain, we go into live. We go onto the sportsbooks. We check out the live numbers. I, of course, have a bunch of stuff already written down. The Five-tastic might have to move. I might move McVeigh off of the Five-tastic picks. The Five-tastic picks article will be live only on Dr. Roto. So you have to get there. You have to be a premium member to actually get that service. Use code word DOC, get a percentage off. Why wouldn't you want to? We won people so much money last year. Why wouldn't you want to win money? I don't get it. And by the way, anybody that's trying to be like the Fight Club of Pain, you'll never be like the Fight Club of Pain. I've seen a few imposters coming out trying to be like, yeah, we're going to talk MMA. Hey, guy, what's a punch? And I'm like, bro, if you don't know what a punch is, you can't throw one. You shouldn't be giving any kind of advice out there because I probably threw like 300 punches last night. So, and like maybe 250 kicks. Might be more kicks though. I was actually trying to be a thug and trying to kick a lot last night. It was wild, bro. That's it, dude. You all know TK O'Leary, Tri-State champion. Ooh, yeah. I could probably get so much trouble for that, but yeah, whatever. Heat override's a whole nother guy, you know. They got to deal with heat override. Heat override don't go in the ring. Mr. Rob goes in the ring. Heat override talks and helps you all win money with Dan. Outside of that, should not have said I hate saying that. And so what do you got going on, man? Anything else? You have a crazy day? You got some crazy beers going on?
No, I'm just drinking Corona right now, man.
Ooh. I'm trying to finish off that Christmas beer that I got for $5 for the case.
Yeah.
The Southern Tier is strong though. It's 8.6.
Yeah.
You know, Chrissy's in there. She's like, bro, I need to go get you another beer. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you do. But I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with the 8.6s. And I'm like, I only got a half day tomorrow. And finally that Spreaker interview's going. So tomorrow I will be doing an interview for my podcasting site, Spreaker. So it's going to be really cool. So, I mean, I know I hit 100,000 a little bit ago. So it's this, I guess, well overdue. But I'm happy to see everybody here. Again, if you have a question about a certain fight, other than Dumas getting arrested or whatever's up with that guy again, come on, man. We had an easy knockout. This dude, dude, I don't trust your skills. You've been in jail. You're out of jail. I don't know what's wrong with the dude anymore, but you couldn't even make it to the fight, bro. Like, you couldn't even make it to the fight. Oh, speaking of which, did you see that someone put a meme of Conor McGregor's updated fight record with the barroom brawl?
No.
They had the money that he's suing him for. I was dead laughing. I was like, oh boy, man, McGregor, this is why, like, you know, the UFC coming back to me and you and finding this to talk about with everybody on watching us. It's just so great. But before we start, and we're going to do 7 fights this week, 7 fights, right? Before we start, I do want to say something. One of the sites, and I'm late to the news. I had to wait till Thursday. I'm not like everybody else and just had a podcast or, you know, had a show going up to it. But what FanDuel did, I can understand it, but it's completely bullshit. Like, you're saying that somebody listening to me right now, and I could just pick, Jack Hermanson knockout, which I do have. He has a great ground and pound, right? And we're going to be talking about that with Rodriguez. That is a possibility. And if I go right now, his second to third round is, here's a spoiler, plus 2,000. Oh, now everybody goes and gets that, and Gregory Rodriguez gets done up like he did last time with Kenny Air. Then they're going to be like, we're not going to pay the bet because we're just going to be a little mad guys, and we're going to do this. And I'm like, bro, just get in the damn ring. Stop nerding out. Understand what the Fight Club is, or understand that you need to hire us. I think I got it all out of me.
There you go.
But I still won't forgive you for those tackle props that you was bloating and trying to get at people's money on. And I still want to forgive you for that day that I was in 7th place with no picture because I was in a line at a grocery store and I just put a probable picture in and it was a doubleheader and boom. But hey, I still want money, people. That's what we do. We bring the pain. All right, Dan. Yeah, I'm a little jacked up. Woo,
I see
man.
that. See that.
We're starting off with a banger, people. Hyder Amil, somebody who we've already covered on this show and has won us money, versus Jose Delgado, somebody else who has won us money on this show. I love this matchup. Dan, talk about it.
Well, we'll go with Emil first, man. He has relentless pressure and durability, and he thrives in those high-paced, chaotic fights, man.
Oh, yeah.
He has aggressive combos, and he has really good takedown defense. And you're going to look for him to bring pace, pressure, and that late fight power.
That's correct.
Delgado, he's a proven finisher. All nine of his wins came by stoppage. He's never been to a decision.
Nope.
He has power in both his hands and his knees.
That is correct. As well, too.
He's a good wrestler, and he's a big reach advantage right now.
I love that too. You brought that up, man. It's like, so right now, I do like the fact that Delgado can wrestle. So I do like the sub props right now because those are a possibility. And I also love his knockout power. Again, he can wrestle. He's got nice combos. You brought up the kicks. So he's got a power striker. I do like him. But man, the way Emil broke down Gomez, that was crazy because I'm pretty sure we both picked Gomes in that fight. And I was actually listening to one of our podcasts earlier. It might have been that one, but whatever, regardless. It was like he took him apart and he went the distance. So, I mean, the active striking, you know, he comes forward, he has that powers, and you said it. He will sit in the middle of the ring if they want to get there and bang. That's why we covered these 7 fights. This is another fight that I covered because this fight right here is also very key to a lot of DFS slates. Both Emil and Delgado are down in price. So I think we're actually right now, Emil is the actual cheaper the one. And then, after this fight, I'll do a small thing. I wanted to talk about something new that one of the sites has actually had. DK, great job, bro. Great job. Who's ever at DK, you must be watching the Fight Club of Pain because I'm going to tell you this right now. I love that thing, but we're covering this fight. So right now, Emil is only 7,700. He's under that, and a lot of the pricing this week is a little higher, but there's a lot of people right in the middle for the DFS lineups. You could literally go straight into the middle on DraftKings and go bloop, right there. Just take all the people bloop, like that. If you copy and paste, that's what you do, right? But at the same time, when you even roll up to Delgado, he gets a little more expensive, 8,500. So if this would go the distance, you would want Emil because Emil's going to give you that high active power, just like we saw with Motto last week, getting knocked out by Sadikov. Motto put out so much output. He outscored Usman and Usman won. He literally lost the fight and got knocked out, and he still had more points. So to me, it's about that activity when it comes to DFS. And I mean, who wouldn't want it? Of course, somebody's like, hey, well, that's just not rocket scientist heat over, right? Oh, well, how many people ignore that rocket science, right? They try to take these other fighters that have no volume, straight up boring ass dudes, and you're sitting there trying to get it. Like Borshishev. Why are we even messing with that guy? Terrence McKinney's going to take him out because Terrence McKinney has the greatest fights ever. Right? I don't know. So there's a free pick for y'all people. Anyway, back to it. I did not pick this fight yet. My heart says Jose Delgado. My mind says Emil can withstand that pressure, but the fact that Delgado hasn't gone long makes me want to look at those bets. Let me tell you right now, the distance is a negative 200. Knockout for both fighters is a plus 115. I'm playing that. I'm playing that because somebody getting the mat. Somebody's hitting the mat. And if it doesn't happen, it's fine. Because, well, we got over here, we got Emil, his knockout 1 and 2 is a plus 470 when I wrote that down. And Delgado, the knockout sub is a plus 140. So they're telling you that the sub and knockout from Delgado was practically right there. So I'm going to take those 3 bets right there. And I'm going to ask Dan, who you got winning?
I got Delgado by second round knockout.
Woo-wee! All right. You know what I like to do? I like to go right to the sports book and look right at that. And I am going to go against my mind. I know what Emil brings. If this is the fight I lose and I do not have a perfect card, that's okay. I'm taking Jose Delgado. I just like the way his name says. Say it again. Delgado. Ooh, yeah. Woo! Yeah, I don't think anybody has about as much energy. Oh, the Fractal Salamander does. That dude's wild as shit. But I love watching him, dude. I could see him like at an event, man. That's one of those guys you go up and you can just shake and you're like, oh, and he'll shake you back. You don't even got to hug. You know what I mean? Because I've shook you. All right, let's get to so on the second round knockout. Let's just get to it. And I will have the little prop on. Hey, see, look at that. They know I'm working. They know I'm working it. So they messed me up. They want me to reset my app because they took the UFC away from me. So I know. Isn't that something? Live, I'm sitting here trying to go grab something and they making me look bad because, well, I know why you're making me look bad. I see you, FD. I see you. But anyway, we're there. Boink. No, we're not. All right. Now we're there. All right. Second round knockout by Jose Delgado is method round. Ooh, look at those numbers. It's plus 1100. I feel like I had that written down somewhere too. But yes, it's a plus 1100 for this. There it is. You know what I have written down? Sub second and third round plus 1100 as well too. So if you get the knockout second round, you get the knockout sub, and then you roll that sub second and third round. Why are we playing all these bets? Because you're going to CYA in a minute. And I love that fight. This fight right here, there was a couple fights that I was able to find a lot of numbers on, and that'll be the next fight. But yeah, Jose Delgado, I'm going to go what I originally went with. I'm going to go second, third round sub plus 1100. I want some money, people. But of course, make sure that you put those let's put 3 units on knockout, how the fight will end, knockout. That way you cover both fighters, and then you play that sub, play Dan's knockout, go play the first and second round with Hyder, and then if you want to mess with the distance, go mess with the distance. It's easy, simple sauce. We don't need to spend the time on that. But real quick, I do want to throw this in. DraftKings, I want to give you massive props. They started this contest about a month ago. It's the snake draft, just like when baseball and basketball and all that. Well, I don't know if basketball has it. I don't play basketball. I do, football. But the snake draft, you literally select 3 fighters that start and 1 bench person. It's like best ball. So your top scoring fighters are all in. I'm telling you, people are starting to catch on now because I was actually in a pretty good lineup the other day, lost by like 1 point. But I mean, you're not going to get in a big contest. It's going to be between like 3-4 people. But if everybody throws $5, a first and second place is nice if you can get that. Most likely first place is going to take all the money, which was fine for the $5 between 3 people, and that's 3 people drafting, just like what I'm going to do at Scott Fishbowl Buffalo. And it was about it was a $14, I think it was. I think it was $14 straight up. So something like that. It was some workout, but $14.50, but I think it was like $14. It was over 14. So that's worth it. You only got to beat 2 people. If you feel like, you can come to Subs Only Discord. You can ask me to start. I started. Dude only beat me by a point. But I also took first place in another contest. So there's a lot of $1, $2 contests on that one. And then the $5, of course, $10, $25. Check it out, man. I got to give it up. That was a really cool addition. Haha. FanDuel going to go grab that now. They're going to be mad. All right, Dan. We got Jack Hermanson versus Gregory Rodriguez. Man, this is going to be a powerful one. Let's talk about it, Dan.
All right. These two got similar skill sets, man. It's like Hermanson's fighting Hermanson in this one. Hermanson's going to look to keep it at
You just disrespected Gregory.
No.
You just named him Gregor.
They have similar skill sets. They do the exact same thing when they fight. Hermanson, he's going to want to keep the distance using that strong jab of his. He's a very defensive-minded fighter. He has an 80% takedown defense.
Yeah.
And he wants to slow it down and dictate the pace. Rodriguez, he has KO power. He is the bigger, stronger fighter. He wants to be first in exchanges. And he wants to clinch where he could use those big knees and elbows like his last fight.
Yeah, until he got his ass waxed.
Yeah, but in those clinches, man, he's pretty tough.
No, I agree. I had a lot of money on him in that fight, and he was knocking Canier. And the thing is I agree with that. The power, striking, the knockout power. He is the bigger guy. He is the stronger, and that's why I said Hermanson is a big guy, but he's got to get this down. He's got to use his BJJ if he needs to. Maybe strike, set up his good ground game, and that is why when I was throwing this together, with this ground and pound. If he gets on top, if at any point he can put Rodriguez on his butt and push him back a little bit and starts on the fence like this, I don't think Rodriguez is getting up. I just don't see it happening. I think he will get knocked out because Hermanson's ground and pound game is so vicious. Not all that power coming down. I just don't see it happening. But I also don't see it going that far as well too. When I did the numbers, here goes the one that I caught you for. They're not going to be pretty happy about this. The under, of course, is a plus 108. I got this under as a plus 108 a couple days ago, so I can check right now and see if that is still a live bet, but I don't think it is. I mean, if it is, you got to get this because somebody's going down in this fight. This can't go distance, not with that much power, not with what Hermanson's chin, which has been things. So distance right now is negative 110, negative 110. See, that's what happens. I write this down. I get it. It's still solid, but you lose practically 20 cents over the exchange. So knockout with Rodriguez is 200. Okay, that covers the third round. Knockout in first, second round is a plus 260. That's what I'm playing. I do like, of course, as I said, knockout Hermanson because this is what we do, Dan. We find a method and we hit it. Plus 2,000 on the second and third round, ground and pound would be perfect. But if Hermanson can get Rodriguez down, nothing happens. Both guys just, bloke it up. You got distance and money line on Hermanson plus 248. That's all I'm playing on Hermanson, really. There's no other reason. And then, of course, you got the knockout for both is a plus 145. So you can see CYA. If you're on the Hermanson side, play those bets. Come in with the knockout, CYA, just in case Rodriguez doesn't go down. Because if Rodriguez's butt does not hit the ground, you can bet Hermanson's ass will. Dan, who you got?
It's hard for me to take Jack Hermanson in this one, man, because he's gone in between wins and losses ever since 2019. He hasn't won back-to-back fights since then.
Yeah.
I like Rodriguez by decision. I think it's going the distance, man.
Ooh. All right. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I'm just highly aggressive. I'm just aggressive. So, so let's go. So decision and Rodriguez, which of course is both negative 116 right now for distance. Yes. And then Rodriguez, negative 240 live gives you, that's not bad. I think it's a plus 198. Ooh, 197. I was close. I should be a capper. Yeah. They would get. I'm too crazy to be a capper, man. I'm just. I'm out of my mind, people. I'm out of my mind. So I do love that. Of course, I'm picking Rodriguez. You got the distance. I got the knockouts, and we're moving along. We got our good old boy Peyton Talbot, and he's going to be fighting Felipe Lima.
I gotta find it.
Get it, Dan.
I gotta find it. All right.
Oh.
Talbot, man, he's an aggressive striker with knockout power. 7 of his 9 wins came by knockout. He has the ability to overwhelm opponents with his volume and precision when he's boxing. And he has relentless pressure. Lima, he's very well rounded, good at distance management, and he uses that wide stance to control his distance, and he's a dangerous grappler. I think Lima will exploit Talbot with his wrestling and takedowns, though.
I agree with that as well. So I practically read the same things as well, too, but as well watching. Dude, when I can't remember who he was fighting again. He was Lima, that is. He was fighting somebody. I swear Lima was getting choked out. Dude, I was like, dude, Lima done. Lima is done. Dude had him upside down with a chokehold. This dude reversed that. And he was not sitting still like, oh, this is going to be just fun to sit in. This dude's legs was moving at 130,000 miles per hour. He not only flipped that thing, he got the sub within like 30 seconds after that. You almost get tapped and you pull a chihuihuis and you get the tap. We got quotes, people. You want the chihuihuis. Anyway. All right. So Lima, and I'm not going to be, there is a lot of hype with Peyton Talbot. Okay. So I know his takedown defense, it's good, right? He throws good combos. He does have the better hands of the two. I will give him that.
Yeah.
But his numbers are just weak. He's got a ground and pound as well too, just like Hermanson. So I just don't think if he gets in that ground and pound, it's a little too dangerous to extend that arm, especially the way we know Lima can grab that arm. So for me, with Lima, you got a pocket fighter, dude that's going to get in there, work that body. Once you take the body away from a boxer, what happens? He's going to get desperate and he's going to rush in. He's going to come in with his head and mark this words, he's going to get choked out. That's right. Lima is going to win by submission. Second, third round is a plus 1,200. Knockout and submission for Lima plus 30, plus 320. And distance and money line, if you just want to cover yourself, because I do think this fight could go to distance. If it does go down to the ground and they're kind of rolling around and things like that, that could waste at least a round overall of the fight, other than the standing and feeling each other out in the first round. And you get that distance and money line at a plus 112 on Lima. Look, you covered all over the place. Distance already is a negative 150. But if you want to get crazy and you want something with Talbot, I'm going to do the second and third round knockout with Talbot because it's a plus 850. I like that for the better. I like that for the pay. I am taking Lima. Dan, who you got?
I think if it gets out of the first round, Lima wins by decision. But if it does not come out of the first round, I think Talbot knocks him out.
Yeah, dude. See, I like that. You see, so that's practically, Talbot round 1 is 850. So honestly, you could just play round 1 Talbot. And then, normally I would say play round 1, round 2 Talbot, which is a plus 500. But the 850 is still solid on the second and third. So just play the 850. So you get the overall. You don't have to worry about the second, because if it goes second and third, you're still getting the 850. You get the 850 for the whole fight with Talbot.
But I am taking Lima by decision.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And we already know that's going to be a plus 112. We have a lot of finishes going on here, though. We got some. I might just run through a couple of the other ones, but they may be fun. All right, man. These two dudes gave me a big, okay, maybe not as big as a big headache as the next fight, but a really big headache. Again, me being practically a rookie since Super Bowl. Of course, Ken Shamrock days, that's all in the past now, people, right? Get to know your host. Dan knows more about UFC than me. I'm the numbers guy. I come in. Dan doesn't do so much with the betting, but he likes to get crazy a little while. So Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano was a little weird for me because I know they're both great fighters. They've been solid staples in the division. Dan, talk about it.
So, Beneil Dariush, he's coming off back-to-back losses for his first time in his career. He's an elite grappler in wrestling with a ton of experience. He'll look to stick to what made him a threat and use multiple takedown attempts and chain wrestling to try to grind out this win. Moicano, on the other hand, he's technical and effective at striking. He sets a high pace and controls range with his jab. He's a proven submission specialist, and he also has great transitions on the mat. This is a toss for me, man.
It is.
This one's a toss.
They just actually, like, for everybody who did not get the money on Dariush was a dog. Dariush is still a slight dog. They have him at a -104, while Moicano is a -122. Now, when I first made my first DFS lineup, and I was the first doing my research, Moicano was the first guy that I actually researched. And I immediately saw, just like you said with your striking, you know, the mat ground control and ground and pound by Moicano is amazing. You know, he can back up sometimes, but that backing up leads to his counter punching too. He just straight up, he has a whole knockout with just straight up a one-hit counter punch. So like, to me, when you're looking at that, and then you go down, and I thought this fight would be a little. So Moicano is 8,400. So that's why I had to start looking at, of course, we had to look at our boy Dariush. And Dariush right now is 7,800. So you get a big savings on both. But with Dariush, of course, as you said, the power striking, he can wrestle, he can take you down. He throws a lot of volume. And that man is like a sniper once he gets you down on the ground. He wants to really choke you out.
Yeah.
Like get on your neck and stuff like that. So for me, it's what do you got, Dan?
Who I got winning?
No, I was asking, were you going to say something?
No, I was just listening to you.
Oh, okay. I heard something. I was just like that. Anyway, back to it. Yeah. All right. So I do like that Moicano is going to be active. What I think will work for him are his kicks. I think if Moicano can get those combinations going with the kick and can get Dariush scared a little bit, saying, hey, I can't really hang with him with those kicks added into it. Let me try to take it down. And that's going to be, man, I mean, this looks like this fight has everything in the making that should go under, but it feels like a distance. Dan, who you got?
I like Moicano by decision, man. I think it's going to be a tough match, and it was a toss for me, but I'm taking Moicano. He's better at striking.
Yep. And you know, when you get these close fights too, and the thing is the distance right now is a +120. So combined even with that, it's a +307 for Moicano. So right there, and my first pick, how many times have I said this since we started this? My first pick was Moicano. And then I switched it to Dariush for some reason, because the DFS in me says, hey, look, cheap fighter, let me go get him. Right? So distance and money line for Dariush is a +239. I think if you're going to play something, the knockout sub +260, that just covers it all. Knockout for both fighters in this fight is a +200. If you want to be safe and you just want to play that, that's fine. Distance, no, -152, but just like we said, the positive is a +120. I do think that Moicano can get a sub. His sub was +210. And if he's going to get a sub, I really think that it is going to be the second to third round. And that +650 is what I would be looking at for that. But outside of that, actually I had that written down and I went to it. Outside of that, yeah, I'm taking Dariush. I want to slay. And if I go 10-2 again, and this is one of my other losses, just like Delgado, well, then let's see it. Right? Ooh, yeah.
And Gavin, yes, this is live.
Yes, yeah. Who's got this? This is live. You're the first one to comment, so you caught it. But yes, this is. We always have so much fun. You know, my guy on vacation there, he's getting the good waves. I was getting waves from one apartment to the next apartment. I sent Dan a video. The water was just like, and you're just like, you just walk into an apartment and you're just like, where do I start? The cabinet's leaking. Just throw stuff down and go about it.
Man, I'm down here teaching Macy and Molly how to ride waves, and you're fixing waves.
They're sitting there. Pretty soon they're gonna be surfing. Everybody go surfing USA. Okay. That's a very cool thing to do. You know, I actually almost thought about doing this show shirtless because the shirtless guy's behind me, but it looked weird. It made me look like, I wouldn't do that to you people. I'm 47, man. Although I am 153 now. Since I saw you last, Dan, I was 167. But because of the heat and because of how much I've been running at work and how hard I've been going at karate, I went in a middleweight last night and came out a lightweight. I feel good about myself.
Jeez.
Oh, it's good. I've never been this light.
I got you by 35 pounds, man. I'm 190.
You're a boxer, man. You got big arms, bro. You big, bro. I'm a little point fighter. I got to run around, but man, if I can get myself down to like 150, man, that 35-plus division in point fighting is going to have problems with me. They're not used to my speed already. This is going to make me even faster. I can't wait to abuse them. But that's what we do. For everybody that is new to the show, I am an active point fighter. I call myself the Tri-State Champion. I have lost twice, only one exhibition match, and one other match about like 3 years ago. This August will be my 4th year out of 4 years. Those are the only things. The exhibition match, I still took first place that day. It was an exhibition. So that's what I do. That's what and that is the theory and my activity that allows me, what I think allows me to give all of you the best bets and fight theory right now. I know other people are fighting and getting into this, but for me, that's what's helping me. And Dan being an ex-boxer or current boxer, because he wants to teach me some moves, because I'm not a boxer.
I'm retired. I'll train you, though.
You train me.
I'll train you.
Get in there. Pocket, dude. Oh, I was throwing some uppercuts wild the other day. I was so proud of my karate self. I was like, whoop. I was like, hey. I was so happy. But, all right, let's move it. We got a banger. People, we have a banger. We got Brandon Royval versus our boy who just won us a lot of money a couple of weeks ago, Joshua Van. Dan, talk about it.
Oh, man, this is fight of the night. Fight of the night right here.
I'm going to give you on that. I believe you.
Royval, man, he has improved stand-up. His striking, but he's a nightmare on the ground for anybody in this division. Fast hands, slick movement, and he likes to work at a frantic pace. He likes to pressure everyone to fight his fight. Van, he's very, very technical kickboxer. He has a high motor, and he also likes to push the pace. So when you get two guys that like to push the pace, they're just gonna meet. They're just gonna meet in the middle and throw hands.
Hell yeah, man!
Van is a very good defensive wrestler, though, and Royval likes to mix in takedowns. So I want to see what that happens. I want to see what happens with that.
Okay, so I got the same again going with Royval first, the BJJ background, having that, being able his ride or die. Like Royval is ride or die, bro. People don't even he's number one for a reason. He has fought some of the best fighters in this division. He knows what to do in these situations. But in my heart, I do love Joshua Van. I love him so much. Like, he is going to be a problem in this division. And I mean, he's ranked, right? Ranked 12th right now in the division. Of course, Royval number 1. And this can catapult him. This can get him definitely in the top 10. I don't know about top 5. This can get him set. What? Go.
This could get him a shot. This could get him a shot at the title.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Dude, Pantoja and Van would be wild. Oh, did I just say Pantoja's going to win? Oh, yeah. Dude, that would just be such great. So I got it, man. I do. He does have to keep it on the feet. Van has to keep it on the feet. He has to get his jab working. He has a really solid jab. He is, of course, faster and stronger than Royval. He is active. He always moves forward, and he loves. Again, another fighter that may have to rely on his kick, but I don't think he should, because the kick really works with his combinations. And again, being a karate guy, my first move, one of my first combos is, of course, coming in with either a side kick or a roundhouse, and then following with my deadly blitz, the Rob Rush afterwards. So, dude, that Rob Rush is gonna be so fast. If any of y'all not seen it, y'all go to my TikTok, Heat Override, and go check how fast off the line I'm at when I'm at 166 with a sore knee after I got my hamstring kicked in the side, and it was tight all the way up till the fight day. And then I got that boy rubbed out, put a wrap on it, and went out there, and first kick of the day, bam, flooring dude with a spitter. That's what we do. So you go check that out. You say, y'all think I'm fake. I mean, I got medals, and behind this green scene is all my trophies. So that's what I do. I'm fast. So that's what I got. I just go into myself sometimes. I did not pick this fight. And so when I went over to there, of course, Royval, the great Mac technician, of course, I already brought up his BJJ. What I also want to look at is some of the numbers. This fight was loaded with numbers, loaded. Knockout for both fighters was plus 250. Why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, if you don't think Royval can knock out Josh Van, that doesn't mean Josh Van can't knock him out. That doesn't mean that, you know, maybe that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu comes into play, gets a ground and pound. I know that, like, Royval can do it all. So that's good for me. Distance, the no distance is a plus 148 when I wrote this down. So that means everybody thinks that it's not going to distance. But let's have fun. This is what we do. Knockout. The knockout in the second round is a plus 600 for Joshua Van. But man, did I load up that Royval side. We got distance and money line plus 190. Knockout and sub Royval plus 390. We also looked at the second round sub. What? Second round sub plus 2,600. 2,600. It can happen. It can happen. I know Van is good. He is my boy. But if you didn't figure out that I might be picking Royval, then you're wrong. I'm picking Royval. Dan, who you got?
Well, with the lack of training camp and proper training for this fight from Van, because he just had a fight 6 weeks ago, and he's fighting the number one guy in this division. I'm taking Royval by second round submission.
Woohoo! Well, we just got that one. Look at that. We're on the same page. People we are. Boom, city, boom, boom. Oh, we actually have. Whoa! Dude, Topuria and Oliveira just went live right now. We have a guy, Fight Club of Pain, right here. Oh, you can't see that. Anyway, I wish if I had this, I could put this on there. Right now, he's live in Vegas right now watching this. He's there for tomorrow. His name is Blake. I wanted to have him on. I don't know if he's watching, but if you are watching, it's great, man. I can't wait. You're gonna have so much fun. There's gonna be so many finishes. People are gonna forget about Blanchfield and Barber. Yeah, but I shouldn't dig like that. You know, I mean, that was a main event that just canceled and lost a lot of money for me. So I'm salty, people. Sorry.
That was the worst card. That was the worst card of the decade.
Dude, people, like 10,000 people were leaving. They wanted their money back. I mean, it was dunk. But man, that's crazy. But yeah. So let's get to it. Let's get to the co-main event. In this corner, we have Alexandre Pantoja. In this corner, we have Cara France. Oh, yeah. Dan, talk about it.
Kai Kara France, man, he has cardio for days, and he's gonna look to push the pace in the stand-up and use his slick combos and movements to wear down the champ. He doesn't take too many takedown attempts, but that's a good thing fighting Pantoja. Pantoja looks better and better every fight that we see him in. He improved his stand-up, and he has a great chin. Uh, Lethal BJJ technician, and he's going to look to smother Cara France with wrestling transitions into sub attempts and his chain wrestling.
Yeah,
This it,
the chain wrestling, dude, bro.
man. And when they stand up, I think Pantoja has the faster hands. Actually,
I agree with that too. And that's the thing. People go, well, it's Kai. No, he's just great with those kicks. Again, you got to get those kicks in. But are you really gonna kick with Pantoja? You gonna throw that man your leg? Because you know what's gonna happen. You know where this leads, people. You know how aggressive we are on this show, right? But man, I agree. You got more to say about the Franceman?
oh no, I like Cara France, but I don't think he's ready for this step up in to fight the champ. I think Pantoja is the best champ we've seen in this division since Mighty Mouse.
Woo! I agree with you 100%. I love Pantoja. I was so happy to watch a lot of this film again because of a lot of people. Hey, I joined late. I have been watching so much game tape. I ignored the NFL for months up until the draft. And so for me, that's the part of my learning. Watching Pantoja's tape, I can't wait to watch him live because you get a different feeling when you're watching a fight live. You don't always have to be there. Since I started this, I feel like I'm in there. I really do. I know that sounds really weird to a lot of people, but you do. Your heart starts racing when they get in those exchanges. You get worried that the fighter you picked and put some money on, oh, he looks a little weary right now. He needs to get out of there. Get cut. Maybe lock up. Don't lock up. Oops, knocked out. Damn. Right? I mean, and you feel those moments. And I think that that's what people miss. Yes, I love the NFL. It's the best sport I'm at for DFS, for betting wise, way across the board. We got a meeting at 9:00 on Dr. Roto. We're having the annual football staff. So we are going to load up. So he told me to get all my talking out right now. So, all right, let's hit it up. I love the active grappling, as you said. The takedowns relentlessly, the amazing counters, the amazing strength, the speed of his hands, the aura of Pantoja, right?
Yeah.
This win will not only cement what you said about surpassing Mighty Mouse.
No, he didn't pass up Mighty Mouse yet.
He's going to pass up Mighty Mouse.
Not yet.
After he beats him and beats who's next. If he beats him and then say Van wins and beats Van, then it's on. I don't know if I want to see Roval and Pantoja though.
I want to see Pantoja and Brandon Moreno again.
Okay. Oh, dude, we talked about that a few episodes ago. You know what? I'm down for that.
I want to see that fight again.
I still can't get over the Brandon Lopez and Gene Silva matchup. I'm gonna have very, very. I might just roll up into a closet and curl into a ball when those guys fight. Because I don't want to see either one of them destroy each other. But I think I'm going to end up, I'm not going to give you the pick right now. Yes, I will. I think Lopez might stop him, but I think if Silva can defeat Lopez, and I'd hate to see that happen, goes for the belt, loses, then he gets back, then I think it's Silva Volk. That's my prediction. I think, and if you want to do a future bet, Silva, the champ, end of the year, mark that. Go take it. If you take it right now, before he wins this fight, even if he loses, doesn't matter. But right now, you will get that future bet bigger now than ever. So, and they do have those bets. You just got to go find him who's the champion at the end of the year, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, I have the Tom Aspinall one. Ooh, look at that one. Look at that one. And he ain't going to lose to Ciro Gagne. So don't even worry about it, you Gagne lovers. You're going to love some Gagne Green when Tom knocks him out and he hits that bat. So, going over to Kai. Again, elite level kicking. We're going to get the numbers going right now. Pantoja, money line and distance is a plus 121. I don't really like that. Of course, knockout for both fighters is a plus 260. Sub both fighters is a plus 210. I put that in there for a reason. If you felt like you didn't want to really play any distance or money line, the under on this is crazy good. Right now, wait, I'm on the Moicano. I'll go to my next. So, I like the sub, second, third, and fourth round. Remember, this is a 5-round fight, people. Second, third, fourth round sub for Pantoja is a plus 440. I really like that because that gives, again, I'm about that middle action wearing your priest down. Yes, a submission can happen in the first round. Yes, you can also play that. But at the same time, when I go over to the Kai Kara France, so you got first, second, third round knockout plus 950. I think Kai Kara France's pathway to success is knocking out the champ. And that's probably not going to happen. Most likely not going to happen. But at plus 950, I'm willing to throw at least one unit on it so that it covers everything else that I just did with Pantoja. Money line and distance is a plus 365. I just don't see this fight going the distance again, as the distance right now is a negative 132, and the over is a plus 104, which is why when you take the 104 with the Carl France, it gets it going. Dan, who you got?
I think Pantoja drags him into deep water, and I think he wins by decision.
Oh, all right. We got it. Let's get the updated one. Negative 265 plus 104 for length. That means that a lot of people think this go. Now, that being said, you have to take this into account, people. He just said it goes distance. 5 rounds for both of these fighters going the distance on a DFS card is going to outscore most 3-round fights. Again, we target this all the time because these fights can be targeted. If it's an early knockout suspected, then you're going to want to play another fight if you don't trust it. That's the way I always play DFS if I don't trust it. But if I think this is going 5 rounds, of course we're going to have Pantoja in one of our lineups. Oh, there he is. Sounds like a DFS lineup coming up soon. He might be in. All right. Y'all been waiting for it. Y'all want it. But now, y'all gonna get it.
Ooh, yes, the Macho Man. Dig it? Yes, the main event. Not the main event that invokes that guy, Chump Hulk Hogan. Ooh, yeah, no guy's a chump. Weird little fanny pack, dig it? But in my fanny pack, we'll be taking those green money wins that I'm going to win from this fight. Ooh, yeah.
Alrighty then. I threw them the money bag or whatever. Ilya Topuria, the belt lever, versus Du Bronx, Charles Oliveira. Probably should have said that in the middle, but whatever. I changed it up and did it my style. Dan, let's talk about it.
All right, this fight makes no sense, and I'm pissed off it's happening. I absolutely hate it. I hope it ends in a draw and no one wins the belt.
Can we just throw somebody else in there and have a 3-way match?
I absolutely hate it. Topuria doesn't deserve it. Oliveira lost his last fight.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he didn't lose his last fight, but he got taken to the edge by Michael Washed Up Chandler.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before he tapped him and let him. I mean, Chandler knew to tap. And
then before that, Oliveira lost. So these guys, neither of these guys deserve to be the champion in this division.
That's why Sarukian is pissed as dude.
Yeah.
He's pissed. He talks shit, but go on.
Sarukian should be in this match. It should be Sarukian versus Justin Gaethje for the title.
Uh-huh. I like that. There's gonna be so many people like, what? But hey, that's when you look at the division.
Everyone could hate me, but I'm a big fan of Ilya Topuria, but I can't stand the way they threw him in the mix in this division.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't think Makhachev should get a shot at JDM.
Yep, I was just gonna say that, but go on.
I don't think that should happen either. Mm-hmm. But
they do it.
Topuria knocked out Max Holloway, knocked out Volk, devastating knockout power at featherweight.
Yeah.
He's an elite striker and the best pure boxer in the UFC. He has underrated grappling, but he's very small for this division and has never faced a really lightweight contender.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Oliveira struggled against Michael Chandler and lost to Tarsukian. Yep. He's very hittable. but he is the UFC all-time leader in finishes and submissions. He'll look to use those teep kicks to gauge distance against the smaller guy and rely on grappling and slick transitions to frustrate Topuria.
Yep. And the distance on this is a negative 1,000. There's just no way with that much finishing power that you just brought up, it goes any other way.
But both these guys like to finish the fights.
Yeah.
And I hope they knock each other out. Double knockout.
I wish I could. Can we pay it? That would be funny. I would throw $1 on that. Because it's probably like 100,000 if it ever existed.
I hate this fight.
So of course we're going to talk about it anyway. Of course, Ilia Topuria, we all know it. He's got that nice little tight body, gets in there, throws all the combinations. I love that he gets in there. He does that dirty boxing too, where he's always working, getting those the combos, the stone chin. There's just no way Oliveira can knock him out. I just don't see it. I don't think there's enough.
Last time he fought a lightweight, he got rocked in the first round.
Okay.
That's the only time he ever fought at lightweight. He got rocked in the first round. He ended up winning by knockout, but he got rocked.
Yeah. You're right. I remember that as well too, watching that video. And like, here's the thing too. The over for total rounds, right? The over, they only put it 1.5. They don't even they have the under at 1.5 or at 1.5 rounds is a plus 102. I think this can at least make it to the second round. Unless it happens, but we'll have those bets, people. We'll have those early bets. We already kind of give it away. But I kind of really like that. I think it was the Usman fight. I think it was. One of the other fights, there was an over. It was a plus 280. And we said smash it. And we not only smashed it, we threw the winner on that. It's coming back to me. But anyway, that's what you need to do when you're doing the betting, when you're doing all the stuff. Look, I don't have to mention all the bettings. And for some of these sites that want to attack parlays and give things out, look, I'll say this right now, real quick. We'll get right back to it. You'll pay out 500 people for first place in a DFS lineup, but you won't pay 500 people for the same parlay? What's wrong with that? You have the right to say no. And I've seen you guys retract many of my bets. After it said bet was placed, then I got a slip back saying it was refunded and voided. Why? Because you got caught with your pants down. You get caught with your pants down all the time, and you get mad because somebody gets lucky, throws it up on the internet, and then you get mad. Like, you calling that collusion? Sorry, I'll stop. Okay. Okay, so for Oliveira, he has to use his size. He has to be able to push him around. And that's just going to play into the body shots from Topuria. And that's when you work the body, any boxer, me not being a boxer, you come in, boop, boop. And that's how he gets knocked out, right? But, I mean, going outside of that, it's also, if Oliveira could just stay back, use that size and length of those kicks, he has amazing kicks. And just and size up something that he might be able to catch Topuria coming in, and he might be able to sidestep him, and that's when he can maybe go for the block. That's what I'm looking at. But I mean, right now, I don't think his clinch striking, which is good for Oliveira, will really work with the dirty boxing of Topuria. And that's why I think Topuria wins. Who do you got?
I got Charles Oliveira by 4th round submission.
Woo! You're so funny. I got some stuff for that. So let's get wild, right? So, 2nd, 3rd round, 4th round submission for Oliveira is 1,300. And by the way, I do want Oliveira to win this fight. I am picking Topuria. I just there's something about it. And again, Charles Chin. But my submission, 2nd round plus 4,200 for Charles Oliveira. That was one. So you're going 4th round, which means yours will probably be a little more. It could be. Yep. Plus 5,500 for 4th round submissions by Oliveira. This fight is going to go more than 1.5 rounds. I just feel it. We watch all these huge fights, and it's a swinging contest with these guys sometimes at first. and then they're sitting there and they're walking around the middle of the ring and the first round's gone. Next thing you know, some stupid stuff happens. Someone gets locked up. Something gets weird. Boom. You're at 2.5 minutes. Round's over. You already got your over the 1.5 rounds bet. Also, the distance at the time when I was looking at this was negative 650. That negative 1,000 is nuts. Knockout for both fighters was negative 140. Knockout for both fighters as of right now is a negative 230. They think a knockout's going to happen. So, and this is the crazy thing. Knockout 1, 2, 3 for Topuria is negative 105. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to play that. But because when the knockout for both was a negative 140, when I bought that bet, the negative 105 wasn't cute to me. But now, you got the 1, 2, 3, the negative 105 is now a negative 115. So again, that's why I went with knockout for both fighters the other day for negative 140, because that was the better bet to buy if you were thinking that a knockout was going to happen. Because after that, knockout and sub for Topuria is a negative 260. That's about the best you can get for Topuria. Sorry about that, people. Also, remember, as of right now, unless it changed, because I was getting my butt kicked all day at work, Mark Goodard is the ref for this fight. Mark Goodard is notorious for jumping in and stopping fights. If Mark, I can't remember, I don't think he was doing the model fight. He was doing the model fight. If I'm wrong, if I got to put my foot in my mouth, I'll put my foot in my mouth next. I don't think I can do that. I won't do a shoey. But anyway, I can bet if Goodard was the ref in the Motto fight, Motto would have got a first round knockout on Sadikov. Boom! But because he's the ref in this fight, that makes the ground and pound and the knockout and the strikes more effective, which is why I leaned Topuria. If there was another ref in this fight, I probably would have switched over to Oliveira. But because of that, that's what made me lean towards Topuria. So I love it, man. You got your 4th round knock.
Submission.
Oh,
yeah. Lock him up.
Submission. Well, I didn't put it. There we go. All right. Got that in there. And so with that being said, it's time to get to some DFS lines. I mean, we've made bold calls this entire thing. And I got to say thank you to everybody who's watching this. I hope that we're bringing some numbers out for you. This is the DFS portion. I'm going to give out a lineup. I got a little crazy. You know what, though? Some people actually think that man might win. But so I will give out that lineup. Now, it's going to go Moicano, Pantoja, Delgado, Royval, McVeigh. Now, this was McVeigh before he was pulled, and now he's fighting whatever. Whoever I told you earlier. I don't worry about Jask, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
U-Works or U-Banks or U-Week, whatever. Anyway, I wanted an easier fight, people, because I got money, and that was the key for that. And this is on DraftKings. The last fighter is going to be Talbot. Peyton Talbot. If Peyton Talbot can go the distance, then I will pay all day for Peyton Talbot's money, because Peyton Talbot is where's he at? Where'd he go? Why is he not even on here? Where did Peyton Talbot go? We gotta find him. There he is, 7,500. I was first alluded to Peyton Talbot because I know that he lost against a very good Barcelos, right?
Mm-hmm.
But against Gemi Murray, if I said that right, and Simon, who we've seen Simon, we've won money with Simon. He beat the daylights out of him, knocked him out in the second round. He was 8,300 then, and he also knocked out in the first round, of course, Gemi Murray. The same thing is when you're looking at this, he's getting so many punches through. In that second round knockout, he had 79 significant strikes on Simon. So if he, of course, Talbot, the striker he is, can go the distance and put that much volume out, even if he doesn't win, he'll be definitely a great sway in the DFS slates.
Yeah,
it's definitely. So what do you did you put your DFS lineup together?
I didn't. I'm looking for the email right now.
He's looking for the email. Well,
yeah.
I'm looking for the email. Make sure you get over to Dr. Roto. We do have free content. I have WWE Power Rankings and UFC Power Rankings. You can also go to Dr. Roto at MSN while he gets that lineup. He'll build it, and then I'm going to build another one on DraftKings too. And then I'll talk about the draft. get there. Use code word DOC. My IDP rankings are already up. My tier sets articles are all out, and my podcast has already came out that covered that. You'll have to go look at the Heatastics reviews, go to the information, and you can find which episode that was. So, did you get it?
I cannot find the email, but I'll log into DraftKings later. Okay,
how about this? Give me 3 fighters you think are going to win, and I'll give you your price.
I'll take Oliveira.
Oop. Oh, you already know he's like the second cheapest fighter. So go on.
I'll take Moicano.
84. Go on.
And I'll take Lima.
All right. So your average is 86.66. So you got Rodriguez around 88, McKinney 86, Delgado 85, McVeigh 83. It's Ewert's actually 83 as well too. They just threw those guys in. Royval is 82. Van is 800 or 8,000, I should say.
I'll take Delgado too.
You'll take Delgado. Boom.
Yep.
Got Delgado. You got 2 fighters left with 87.50.
87.
You probably could grab Rodriguez and McKinney, but I don't say anything. There is the huge Jacoby Smith is gonna beat the daylights out of Nico Price. First round knockout, people.
I'll take Rodriguez.
You'll take Rodriguez?
Woo. Yeah.
You have 8,700. McKinney, Rovel, Van. I mean, you do have McVeigh and Ewert in there.
And I'll take Royval.
You'll take Royval.
Yeah.
All right. So that lineup has $500 left over. People, you can go ahead and figure it out, change it around, gives you a lot of things. Again, I do want to thank everybody for watching this show. I'm actually really excited to see how many people have been watching this live. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, from Bring the Pain, the Fight Club of Pain, Dan, everybody else, man. It is a treasure to see that many people. Thank you. Because we've been really trying our best with this show, and sometimes with our lives and crazy busyness and stuff like that, we don't always have the best of days, but we do put in all the work to make this happen. So now you're gonna get me to get here's a free lineup for me. Immediately, because Smith is 99, that's gonna turn me off. I am going to go for Topuria, and I am going to go for Pantoja, and I am going to go for Rodriguez. That means I have to go cheap. Cheap means I have to go for let's do Emil, and let's do Talbot. 7,700 left gives me Borshev and Hermans. I do not like that at all. I'd rather take Dariush. I'll come off of Talbot, and I will go down. We're not doing that. So this right here, I'm gonna have to come off of Rodriguez or Topuria or Pantoja. So if I come off of Topuria, I have 9,200. That gives me another huge favorite in Jonta Diniz, 9,100. So Diniz, Pantoja, Rodriguez, Emil, Talbot, Dariush. Boom! And if anybody wants to not pay you out for that, let them sites know. They let all the lineup trains take all of our money. Even when you don't place first, second, or third, if that many people ties first, you lose that much money, people. Go check. So if they're going to do that, but then they don't want to say to pay out that, whatever. We got a lineup in. That's how the Fight Club of Pain rolls, man. Thank you again. Dan, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking time from your vacation in the Outer Banks.
Oh, no problem, man. I love it.
It is great, man. Have a great day, everybody. And always remember to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah. Oops.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. And until the next visit, be well and take care.